Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Live stream. Welcome back to the P&K live stream, live on YouTube. Hello to everybody in the chat. Hello to everybody watching, not in the chat. We welcome you. It's a little wavy right now. And my man Ted Bronson finally decides to show up. It's about time. Where have you been? You were 3 days away from getting demodded. Glad to see you're not dead. So welcome back, Ted. And hello to Do and Astro Live Channel and Legless Lex and Wendy and Roni and 808 and Astro Live Channel, Archer Sterling. I'm just running up the line here, people. Quantum Space, Royce, Nathaniel Benton, I think that is. And I'm not going much further than that. But anyway, welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a good night. We're hoping that the air settles a little bit. And if it does, then we're golden. We'll have it. So let's just hope it settles a little bit. The clouds have moved off away from the moon a little bit. We still got the atmospherics messing with us. And hello, Mr. Dingo and the Joker and Story Nicole. Welcome. Yes, I know. You know what, Ted? You really haven't missed anything. We haven't been streaming much at all this year and the end of last year. We kind of took a break. Paul was really busy. I was really busy. We're just trying to give you a consistent stream this week, as long as it's not cloudy. Last night was a total fail. So, yeah, we're trying to do what we got to do. But if it's clear, we'll be here. We'll try anyway. So yeah, keep your eyes on the moon. Once again, I'm going to try to get a hold of some people to maybe jump on Skype here and have a conversation. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to see what we can get done tonight. You still got Jupiter. You still got Saturn coming up. So once again, if everything stays good, we'll be hitting those as well. So everybody kick back, have a little drinky poo, have some snacks, chat with some friends you might not have seen in a while, like Mr. Bronson. And hope everybody has a good night. I will be back very shortly. Until then, enjoy some crappy copyright-free music from our friends at YouTube. My God, I really got to get a new soundtrack. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, the poll is up for 10 minutes. Vote on one of the three. I'm pretty sure everybody has a different favorite, but that's okay. Vote on one of the three. Which one do you think is the best out of those three? We'll leave it open for 10 minutes. Once 10-minute hits, we'll post the results. Which one is your favorite crater out of those three? Okay, guys, just a heads up. When I go to connect with Mark, the stream is going to be silent because because the way my computer's hooked up right now, because I didn't get it totally back to the way it was. I got to run him through the main speaker, so I can't be playing the music at the same time. So I got to silence that out, connect with him, and then we'll be back on. Myself and Mark D'Antonio live, answering some questions in a couple minutes. Don't forget to vote on the poll. Giggity giggity goo. See you in a little bit. We'll eventually get it how we're supposed to.
Do you mind being on the stream live, man?
Do you,
Okay, go for it, Keith.
oh, I'm already there, man. I'm actually back on the stream, but yeah, just make sure your volume's down on whatever you're listening on. All right. Anyway, guys, you can't hear what's going on in the background because you just hear my microphone. But what kind of we were going to do a different intro. It was like, welcome back to P&K Live, where we play all the number none hits of YouTube copyright-free playlist. And of course, joining me is Mr. D'Antonio, Marianne Rob, and Robin Diane.
And a wolf.
And a wolf. Yes.
No, we got Randy and Diane Harris. We got me and Marianne Rob here, and this is Sholo, Arizona. How's it going?
And they are partying.
Pine Top. I was trying to protect your identities, damn it. All right. This is Pine Top.
Pine Top. As everybody knows, Mark is out in Arizona. He was doing a little surgery on the telescope out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, speaking at the UFO Congress, too.
Yeah, speaking at the UFO Congress. All that good stuff. But tonight is just about hanging out. You said you're not busy tonight. It's just about hanging out. We're cool. Marianne, we're cool.
I'm just busy.
Yeah.
We have friends here.
We're
Well, you know, I don't know how long I have, but I have enough time to just make some type of effect on
Listen,
your stream.
I'm sure that Marianne can slip Rob and Diane a couple bucks. You know, just to
Rob?
be
Who's
sure.
Rob?
Who's Rob? Is it Ron? Bob?
Randy.
Frank? Timmy?
Randy, not Rob.
Oh. Randy? Okay. I'm sorry.
It's Randy and Diane.
Randy and Diane. Whoops. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the moon, live on a, oh my God, it's a Wednesday night. Jesus.
It is, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Good group of people tonight. All right, hold on. Let me end this poll so everybody can see it. I'm going to end it now that way. And the results should pop up in the chat for you, but wow, it was close. Really close. I have ended the poll. It should pop up in the chat whenever it does its thing.
I voted for Aristarchus.
Did you?
Ooh.
As did I.
As did you. I know why.
And I think
You
we
like
made
the
the difference
Aristarchus
because once you
part.
see the results, I think we made the difference.
Really?
Yeah. The results are now
Okay.
up in the chat.
Hey, Keith, explain why that's better than Tycho.
Why Aristarchus is?
Yes.
Well, once again, my own opinion. This was just an opinion poll for everybody. It's not official, but the reason why I think Aristarchus is better because it looks like somebody took a cookie cutter and cut a piece of land with some craters on it, and just took it and placed it on the moon. And it's very weird. It looks like it's in a square. You know, you have the two craters there. Mark, what's the other one? Aristarchus and
Is it Herodotus?
buy me dinner first.
Aristarchus and Herodotus, or is it? No, it's not Herodotus.
No, it's not Herodotus. Either way, it looks
Herschel?
like it just doesn't look like it belongs there. It looks like somebody cut a square out of somewhere else and placed it down there, and it's very bright and it's very. Sometimes Paul can get in there good enough where you can actually see the crater walls and the crater apron. And there's very fine details in the crater apron. That's why I think it's better than Tycho. Clavius, I mean, is a close second to me.
Right, because of 2001: A Space Odyssey, made famous by the secondary craters inside of Clavius.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know,
Sorry
not
about
only that, but
quality by
it's
volume
descending
there.
size. Like it's a crater with craters inside of it, but it has craters going down in a descending size manner in a half moon. It's just really, really amazing. So, yeah, that's my secondary one. And as Paul brings up Jupiter, which hopefully we'll have a spot tonight. We didn't have it a couple nights ago. Jupiter's rotation is what, 9 hours for a full rotation? So,
Well, there we go on Jupiter now.
yeah, we are doing Jupiter. What was that, Randy?
No,
Oh,
that wasn't Randy. You're just not on top of things tonight, Keith. It's all right.
All right, you know, I'm not used to dealing with 4 people on the same microphone.
I know that.
Yeah.
That was funny. Ooh.
All I heard is someone hawking a lug, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Basically, Diane.
Diane.
That was Diane.
Yeah. Oh no, that's Roxanne. Is
Yeah, Diane. Roxanne. That's it.
yeah, it's a Sting song, I think. Anyway,
No rock.
yes. So Paul will be out in Vegas sometime later I think he said next month, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I might try to finagle something. I mean, it's just so busy, so much stuff to do. But yeah, we might go down there and bogart Mary Ann's house for a little bit.
Oh, I think so. It's only, 4 hours away from Vegas. You need to make a pit stop and come out to Mesa, Arizona.
Well, I believe Paul's son lives in either Arizona or New Mexico. I don't remember offhand. Maybe it's even Nevada. I know it's one of those states, or maybe even Colorado. It's one of those. So
We could be at Four Corners. I think that's cool.
Right.
You could live at the Four Corners.
Does he live in Kansas?
well, we were at the Four Corners last time we were out there when we went to when we were in Utah.
Boy.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a good trip, fun trip.
That looks nice. Jupiter looks nice.
It's still purple. Yeah, wait till we adjust it.
Well, get on it, man.
Hey, Paul's doing his best. He gets, he's just a man in the shadows, a man behind the curtain, working his magic. And wow, is it thundering here in Pennsylvania right now? Wow.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's rocking. So if we lose signal, you'll know why. Keith was hit by
Wow.
lightning. So, Mark, how's your trip been so far? Everything good?
Yeah, all right. I mean, I got out to the observatory. I did a talk at UFO Congress. Mary Ann was, of course, more than kind. And now we're up here after doing the UFO Congress thing. And I did a little talk up here. And then now we're sitting around relaxing, and I'm answering questions from the 2 elite guests who were left over from everybody. And
Rob and Dana.
Right, Rob and Dana, correct. Yeah. And so now we're actually just watching the stream, and I'm on the stream with you.
Yeah.
And Mary Ann's here as well. It's because, she drove, so I had to be here with her, of course.
Yeah.
Didn't want to, but she's here.
Dude, how did you get so lucky to find Mary Ann? Mary Ann, you are such a sweetheart.
Well,
I would
you
hang
got
out
lucky
with
to
you
find
any day of the
too.
week, especially if Mark's not there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's
you were so
perfectly
great
fine.
at Pine Bush, so helpful. Bill wouldn't have got half the stuff done he did without you. Amazing,
right.
amazing job.
She went overboard to help out, didn't she?
Overboard isn't even the word for it. She
Yeah.
was like, I
Thank
never thought anybody could keep up with Bill, and there she was, every step of
That's
the way. You know,
Well, remember, she
I
had police officer mentality, so she was on top of things.
and I have to tell the stream this. This is a little secret between the people on Skype right now, and maybe Ron and Deidre. Mary Ann gave me a set of real handcuffs, real ones, metal ones.
That's right.
Yep, and they are very nice.
Yeah, and the only thing is, what you don't realize yet is the key she gave you fits the other set of handcuffs.
I figured
once
that
you-
out. I've been sitting here handcuffed to my desk for a good 3
I
or 4
know.
days.
That's right.
Yes.
I want you to know that's about the oldest pair of handcuffs. They're about 32 years old. That was one of the
Woo.
first pair I had when I became an officer.
Are they haunted?
Nice.
Did you arrest some
Well,
people with
They're
them?
not haunted.
Oh, okay.
Head up here.
Yeah, actually, I think I had them here up in Pine Top when I worked in Pine Top PD.
So how about that, Keith? A little history making a
Nice.
roundabout.
Pine Top PD.
Yeah.
Well, then now I
That's
feel
right.
bad for accepting them. You should have given me a new pair. I don't want to take your oldest handcuffs. Or
The
are they
old
like
ones-
new keys
The
now
old
and
ones
everything?
the old ones are crappy. The new ones are really expensive and really good.
just oil them every once in a while.
Okay. Not a problem.
They have them at your local pharmacy, the oil.
Who's that, Ronnie?
That's Ronnie.
Daphne's in the background.
Daphne's in the background.
There's a Daphne, too? Wow. What am I missing out
I
there?
told you. We only have the elite left over here now.
Hey, Keith, when you come out to Arizona, you'll have to meet Diane and Randy. Randy and I worked Pine Top PD together. We were partners together up here.
Awesome. It'd be an honor.
So, but
But-
it was such a wonderful time with everyone at Pine Bush. You guys, I keep looking at all the pictures, and
Yeah.
that was crazy amazing.
I'll keep touching you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Great.
And you were
Going
there for
back
like
to
about a
school.
week, weren't you, Marianne?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, about a week.
Hmm.
And then I went back to Jersey for a couple of days with my brother before I came back.
Right. No
Jersey.
no problems with the rent-a-car or anything, getting it down to your brothers and all that stuff?
No,
Good.
it was you know what? It never even leaked when I was back in Jersey. So I don't know what happened.
Oh,
but
wow.
appreciate you guys looking at it before
Yeah.
I left New York.
Yeah, I was hoping it would hold out. I was pretty sure it was because it didn't look like it was leaking like currently. It just were where you were in that one spot the one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
Jupiter and the Galilean moons. We're not seeing. I think one. Well, it was. It's gone. I think one of the moons is behind Jupiter at the time.
Yeah, Io looks like it's coming around.
I saw it coming out, and Paul showed it briefly, but he missed it afterwards.
Yeah, he'll go back to it.
Yeah, he's having fun. Is what he's doing.
Yeah, because dude, the clouds have been insane this week. It's like every time we tried to do it, it was like clouds.
Yeah.
You know, and now we finally get a clear night. Yeah, there's some aberration, you know, from the atmospherics and stuff like that, but it's looking good.
Well,
you
it's
know?
working for planetary, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna look all right.
Yeah.
But man,
Oh, there we got Saturn now. Yeah. Okay. Good.
yeah, yeah. But Pine Bush was good time. Marco, was always good seeing you as well. You know, I'm surprised Bill was streaming again already. I thought he would have took 2 weeks off just to not do anything after that week, but
No, he
Yeah.
can't stop.
he never stops.
Yeah.
He never stops, and I tell you, he's largely responsible for how Pine Bush is doing these days with
Yeah.
speakers and whatnot. So many props to him.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
this is very nice.
Oh wait, he's going to go in on it.
Yeah, Cassini's division looks gorgeous.
Yeah, we got some ring
I can see-
separation.
I see the crepe ring without any problem.
Yep,
That's really nice.
very nice.
Well, he's got the telescope for it.
That's the favorite one, man. The 9.25.
Yep. See?
Because he's used
9.25.
he used the 11 and whatnot, and we've used that before. But for some reason, Celestron optics compared to Meade, we did this one with the Meade, and it just for some reason didn't look as good, even though the Meade's bigger.
I know.
12
I
inch.
agree with you.
You know, I'm not saying all Meads are like that. Maybe it's just because sometimes you get some, I mean, the mirrors are very, very
We have
sensitive.
the meats. The meats have lower contrast. They're not as good, without a doubt. Okay.
I never did read what was. Did Meade ever come out of bankruptcy?
They were purchased by a Chinese company,
Oh, okay. So they're okay.
as was Celestron,
Of course.
and it was a different. The companies were doing price fixing between the two of them, and there's a lawsuit out there.
Oh, wow.
I was asked if I want to participate in the class action lawsuit, and I said no.
You should have.
No, I didn't want to because I've got reasons for not wanting to do that. So
Are you trying to get a Meade sponsorship? Go ahead. You can tell us.
I tried already and that didn't work. So, and that's
Well, that means
because
I
they-
got farther than you then. Finally, something I got farther than Mark in. Finally.
maybe.
Oh, yeah, because I'm still in talks with Celestron.
Yeah.
So we still got that on the table. And if I can get that for Paul and get him access to all the new stuff, I'm game. So,
Yeah. That's all I was looking for from me. The trouble is I did it while they were going through the bankruptcy, but I didn't know they were in bankruptcy.
bad timing, man.
Yeah, they would call it bad timing.
And once again, welcome back to Ted Bronson, who we haven't seen in a long, long time. I'm glad you are back.
Ted, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you again.
And hello to Roni and D. Rocha and Carmen and Royce and G. Keddy and Wendy and Chuck Norris. Oh, my God, Chuck Norris!
All right.
Dagger.
And
Hi, Dagger.
Dagger and Animal Mother and a whole bunch of other people. And to everybody watching but not participating in the chat, hello. Welcome to Saturn. It seems to be a good night. Look at those rings. Shine, baby, shine.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you going live tonight?
No.
No? Going to take a night off?
Yeah, I mean, we got, over here we got a lot of haze. I think from some California fires, possibly.
Just admit it. You had some beans for dinner and you got the toots.
No.
Well,
No, you be wrong.
yeah, well, it never leaves my side.
Exactly.
So,
I was waiting for that.
but wow, is it thundering here? Phew.
Yeah.
And it never fails. It never fails. When there's bad weather in Pennsylvania, Paul's weather is fantastic. When there's good weather in Pennsylvania, Paul's weather is crap.
Well,
It
then
just
that's
never
why
fails.
it's always got to be that you have bad weather.
Just text him every day it's raining.
And then he'll open up for sure.
Yeah, right. It was. I mean, yeah, we dealt with a lot of. I mean, we got some views in like earlier in the week, but now tonight it's looking really good. Once again, still some atmospherics, but it's looking all right. So, man, oh man. So what are you doing? Just sitting there on the couch?
Well, at the moment, but I was, like I said, I was talking to people here, and to Ronald and Daphne.
Okay, Ronald and Daphne. How many times? And I'm just going to ask you this one time, Ronald and Daphne. How many times have you silently said to yourself, "I wish this guy would just shut up"?
Yeah.
That's my man, Mark. That's my man.
Apparently a few.
Yeah. That's why I have you on here, because I know I can go take a pee break, get some, cook some steak, whatever, and I'll just let you go off, and I'm good. I get a break.
Well, but I can't do all that all the time because I'm here with people now. I can't just be Mr. PK Space Imaging tonight.
Something tells me yes, you can, and something tells me you would anyway.
Well, I don't know.
And hello, Fugo May. Fugo, the telescope that we currently are using are always listed down in the bottom left of screen. You will see where it says Celestron 9.25 CPC. That is the current scope being used. And while I'm at it, up in the top left corner is your timestamp. You see anything fly by a screen, a satellite, a plane, aliens, whatever, mark it with that timestamp, including the seconds, so we know exactly where to look. On the right hand of the screen, you will see moon orientation. That's where you find it. That's where you go get it. And then you will see the moon being blocked out by everything else. Moon altitude. That's how high the moon is above the horizon it's heading towards. So you'll see that number going up as it reaches its peak point, and then you'll see the number going down as it goes towards setting, basically. And then the moon distance, that's self-explanatory. That's how far the moon is from us on Earth currently. And of course the timestamps in the bottom, that's where we mark anything that flies by a screen or anything to look at later. And then of course I will put up on screen the zones. So if you do see something fly by a screen, you can tell us what zone and the timestamp. And that makes it so much easier to find. So just imagine 6 equal boxes on the screen. Pick a box, timestamp it, put it in the chat, and it gets marked down, and we go take a closer look at it later. And that's how that works. Okay? And hello, PG. Oh, PG was at Pine Bush. Very good.
PG. I talked to PG today.
Okay, who is PG? Help me out here, because I don't know nicknames.
Okay.
Did he go by PG at Pine Bush?
Well, she said that everybody knows her as PG.
Okay.
She was there with her husband.
Yeah, but I'm horrible with names. Was she at the table with us?
Yes.
During the prom?
She was at our table, yeah.
Okay, then I think I know who it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, PG from Pennsylvania. Hey now. And Dagger Spells. Hello. And Observer. Yeah, so it's just a night. Chilling. Take it away, Mark.
Oh, I don't know. No. I don't see. I'm behind on the YouTube stream, so I don't know what's actually happening live at the moment. But
you shouldn't be. I mean, it's only a 6-second delay.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's very short tonight. I got us both on low latency, so yeah, it's about 6 seconds from Paul to screen.
Yeah.
So find the chat, sir.
PG is Petita.
Okay. Well, PG says, hello, Mark. You can say my name.
Yeah. So that's why I did it.
And what was it? Petunia?
Yes, along with Rob and Denise.
Well, that's what I heard because it cut out. Well, what's her actual name?
Yeah, no, it's Petita.
Petita. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. Well, that's close. I thought you said Petunia, so yeah, that's close. And wow, is this thunder rocking? Holy moly. What am I missing?
Lightning is what you're missing.
I'm going to die.
I got hit by lightning. I can tell you it's no fun.
Well, Mark, I hate to tell you, but that explains an awful lot.
I know. No, I used to teach at a science center up on top of a mountain, and so there was a storm coming, and I set up the camera to look out level at the thunderhead that was coming toward me. And I was ready to capture some really cool lightning, and I caught a few neat bolts.
Caught one right in the forehead.
No, actually,
Oh.
if you get hit by lightning directly, you're dead. Yeah, there's no surviving that. But
Right.
what I did was there was a post, and I had my camera mounted on this post, and I was taking pictures, right? And I started to feel like this itchiness all over my back and the back of my neck and then my head. And I realized that's electrical charges climbing up my body. And I realized, holy cow, this could be right in the middle of approaching lightning bolt, because the way lightning works is pretty complicated, but it seeks a path to the ground is what people hear. Well, the ground charges are seeking a path into the sky as well. And I felt the ground charges going through my body, seeking a path into the sky. And as soon as I realized that, which took all of about a second, I ran for my office door. As soon as I grabbed the door, lightning struck the post where the camera was. And the lightning bolt went down into the ground. The ground current goes and spreads underground and on the surface if it's wet. It had not rained a lot. And so I ended up getting zapped. And as I touched the doorknob, I got a jolt through my whole body, and then I heard this high-pitched whine in my head, and it was just my hands was like frozen for probably about an hour, and then I sat in my office, and finally everything came back to working again, and I realized I had not been alien probed. I actually got struck by lightning. I got hit by the ground current. No fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I didn't have any burns or anything because it was a jolt through the door.
Right.
It went through the door jamb, just mounted to the ground. Lightning came up through that. I reached for the metal doorknob. As I grabbed it and turned it, I was like, right through my head. Oh, man.
I think I was riding in a car one time, and I could have swore we got struck by lightning because everything like felt fuzzy, and then just a loud boom happened, and I went blind like a welder's flash for a good 10 seconds. So if it didn't hit the car, because we didn't see a burn mark on the car or anything, it was darn close.
Yeah.
Darn close.
So what's with this poll, dude?
I see we both voted.
Hey, who's gonna pay me the money to vote for them? Should I vote? Let's see. I'm trying to think of who I should vote for. He made me vote for him.
Randy,
Mark
pay the
made me
woman.
vote
Yeah. Oh, he's got questions up that you don't see here, but it's in the chat.
Oh.
It says, what's your favorite YouTube channel? P&K Space Imaging or Sky Tour Live Stream? Well,
This person would see PK.
I just offered myself up for a troll. That's okay though.
Information.
Little do they know we are one in the same.
well, at times that is true.
Yes.
Oh, put you two together. Couldn't tell you two apart.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's an insult to Mark or an insult to Mark.
Wow.
Don't worry, I'm seeing all your names that are voting for Mark. You're banned.
Yeah, right. I have no idea how many you have, so to be honest with you.
Band hammer.
See that? Floppy Scientist says Sky Tour, just because sometimes PK is quiet.
Hey, fair
Time
enough.
to get
Fair
back in
enough. You know, some of us know when to shut up.
there. Copernicus crater right there on the screen. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, Sloppy Scientist? If you want to be educated, Mark's channel is the place to go. And that's why I will always promote him on this channel. See, I'm nice.
Yeah, but you make me pay for that. I got to pay you now. Every time
Listen.
you mention my channel, I have to give you this royalty.
You act like $5,000 is such a big deal every time I promote you.
Yeah, nah, we're okay.
No. We do. I mean, we kind of dissolved Astro Imaging Live, kind of, because we don't really have the website anymore. But I'm pretty sure it'll come back in a better way.
Yeah.
Truthfully, the only people watching were from the southern tip of South America. So, I mean, it was flooded. I mean, that website, if you looked at the actual visits, it was flooded by people down there. But we just could not get what we needed support-wise to actually make all 3 streams available at all times without us manually have to going in and changing the back-end code of the website to just show a live stream link.
Well,
It's just a pain in the butt. So, but yeah, maybe we'll do something in the future where we have it all set to one place. You know. What are you guys whispering?
Oh,
Randy was asking how deep Copernicus crater is, and I don't know offhand, but I can tell you this: the craters are not all the same depth.
No.
I mean, some people think that they are just because they all look flat, but that's not true. The Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter Quick Map website allows you to actually draw a line across the crater, and it gives you a profile curve showing you how deep it is. And every single one of the craters is different.
Not only that, but let me give you a little hint. Look at the shadows in the craters. Shallower craters will have less of a shadow. Deeper craters will have more of a shadow.
One over there.
It's about the angle of the sun. So you can see, in one of the craters right there, you can see like, a little shadow on the wall up there. The shadow's a little bit bigger on the smaller crater. That tells us the depth is different.
Yeah, and that's something
that's a little
that
key.
I've taught that to people for decades, and for whatever reason, they think that the craters are all the same depth, but you can't have that happen.
Nope.
Now, it could be that the walls of the crater are higher on some craters than others, and if that's the case, depending on how they hit, then the shadow may not give you the right answer. It's used as just a basic, like for these craters here. See those three? They're called simple craters. The ones that are in the middle of the screen are just
Simpletons, like that one with a nipple.
No, that's a complex crater. But
a nipple.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That's okay. But every crater that just looks round, doesn't have a little peak in the middle, that central peak.
Yeah.
Those little guys, okay, you can use this technique kind of with them because those are lower energy, smaller projectiles that made them. And so measuring the shadow walls, the shadow height rather, you can come up with a kind of a formula. Complex craters are different because they can, depending on the way they strike, depending on what kind of disturbance they make to the lunar surface, they can make very, very high walls. All right? And then that makes it look like it's deeper, but the bottom could still be only a shallower depth than a different crater with a deeper shadow. So it's just, or whatever. So it depends on how the walls themselves look to that angle of the sun.
Yep.
So it's only a little preliminary way to kind of look at it. You can look at that and say, hey, Copernicus has a reasonably deep wall. Okay, and if when we go back to Copernicus, you'd see it, right? Well, or this crater here, So this one has it looks fairly deep, all right? But then you look at another simple crater near it, and you'll say, well, wait, that looks like it's deeper because its shadow extends further out.
Go for
it,
Paul. Go crater spelunking. Go for it. I'll adjust on this end to help you out a little bit. Go for it. I know you're listening. You have to be listening. Go for it.
What's that?
Go so deep in that crater it'll end up pregnant. Just go get in it. Do it.
Oh, Paul. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
question. Most of the craters on the moon made from meteors hitting the moon? Or
Yes.
Is that how the craters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the bigger ones make complex craters like this one here in the middle, okay, with a central peak. Think of that central peak kind of as a bloop, like with water. When you drop something in the water, it goes kabloop, and that bloop, the water comes up, right?
That's not what I do in water.
I know. What do you do again? There you go. That's what you
I
do
make
in water.
bubbles.
And you make bubbles. It's more like
Bathtub is now a hot tub.
yeah.
Hot stinky tub.
Yes, when the bubbles finally pop. Ooh, look out, Brian. Now it's going to really smell.
Yeah. I believe the air is kind of calming down a little bit. It's a lot less active than it was a little bit ago.
Well, the moon is at a higher altitude, too.
And hello, Strange Land. First time here from Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome,
Hey,
Mr. or
very
Mrs. Cool. I'm not sure what you are, but welcome. Glad you found us. Thanks for hanging out. Senthil Kumar, I believe. Kumar. As why does the moon have a lot of craters? Do we have craters here on Earth too? I can give you the basic answer to that, and Mark can go in depth. Yes, we have craters all over this planet, but we also have a thing called weather, atmospherics, stuff like that. And oceans, water, whole bunch of water covering, just deforming everything. So yes, we do have craters on here, but Mark, go ahead, take it away. I'm going to go take a 35-minute break.
Well, you're going to have a lot of silence. Yeah, no, actually, the Earth was bombarded at the same time by just as many meteors that struck the moon. The moon's, though, that record has remained intact because the moon has no atmosphere, no erosion, and no plate tectonics. to actually reshape the surface. So we're seeing the moon billions of years old. We're seeing billions of year old craters on the moon when we look at some places on the moon. But on the Earth, we have the same thing here. And it's just that with erosion, plate tectonics, naturally oceans, we ended up having a very, very large number of craters that were just wiped off the face of the Earth, actually, by erosion and being filled in, buried, and all that. In fact, the asteroid impact that killed the dinosaurs was a very large asteroid impact crater on the Earth. But that wasn't found until just some decades ago because of the fact that that impact was buried by, of course, water, and then sediments overlaid the impact crater. And the only way it was found was by a survey that they were doing while looking for oil deposits. And it turned up this really intricate, strange arc. That strange arc ended up becoming known as the Chicxulub impact crater. Also known as the KT boundary event, Cretaceous.
We have breaking news, Mark. We have breaking news.
Recount. Need a recount. Recount.
I don't know. I have a feeling that
We'll do it again on SkyTour live stream.
We'll do the same stream on SkyTour, and unless people can figure out a way to vote twice, we'll get a different result, I suspect.
Yeah, that's good. Right, man, look at that crater apron, Mark.
No, look at it.
Would you look at it?
Yeah, I seen it. It's really cool.
It just went away. He's going to the Crater Valley. The Crater Valley. Here it is.
TJ. Oh, cool.
A lot of people ask us, well, why the moon turns like that. It's actually a bullet camera, so it's in there. All it is rotating the camera inside the eyepiece. That's how that's done.
That's correct.
Just so you don't got to tell me that's correct. I know that's correct. Jeez. Anyway, explain plate tectonics to us, Mark. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? Sorry, Marianne was showing me a comment that she wanted me to look at.
Marianne.
PG tried to make you win.
Oh, okay. Thank you, PG, for the efforts. That's great.
Banned.
Don't scare.
Beautiful Clavius crater. Look at that. Half moon, descending size inside of Clavius.
Okay, did I just hear you say half moon?
Yeah, it's a half moon. It's a crescent.
Want to try again?
It's a crescent, how they're descending in size inside Clavius crater. It's a shape of a half moon. Yeah, ding dong.
A crescent. Okay, all right.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And there's actually 6 of them, not 5. The 6th one is a really tiny one near the crater wall on the opposite side. Left center.
I don't think I said how many there were, but okay.
Well, classically, people think there's 5, but there's a 6th one that it's just visible here.
Yeah.
I'm not talking the little one near the.
I don't know if I can get my mouse to. No, I can't get it in my mouse. I know there's a way to do it, but I don't feel like messing with OBS. It annoys me enough.
Well, it seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, it's holding steady tonight.
Yep.
But it's been really wonky lately, so make sure whenever you go live again, make sure to update if you haven't already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. I got the newest one now on the machine out there. When I went out there, I had to put it on.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. But look at that.
That's really pretty. Yeah.
That is.
And since we have our business manager here, I mean, we might make a decision about a telescope to put in the building next to the current one.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's really pretty, though. That's Clavius Crater. Clavius made famous by 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. They actually had a moon base in Clavius Crater in that science fiction movie.
Which one
And
though?
2001: The Space Odyssey.
No, I mean which was it inside of a crater inside of Clavius, or was it just
No,
inside Clavius Crater?
in Clavius, yes.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I was trying to differentiate.
Okay. And then there was a TMA
Dogs on the Moon.
TMA-1, okay, which was like a Tycho anomaly. It was in Tycho Crater that they discovered this black monolith while doing some routine excavation. And that's when they discovered the black monolith in Tycho Crater nearby. And then that sparked a connection.
And there it was, cutting out. Beautiful Skype. You're still with us, though, aren't you?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something. What do you think about all these monoliths being quote-unquote found in the last year? I know they were fake and some, but there were some other ones. So, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I know the artist did those. That I don't know the artist, but I know of the artist who did those stainless steel ones.
Right.
And he buried those out there for people to find, just to be like a talking point.
I think it's awesome.
It is. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it got people's imaginations running wild.
Yeah, and as soon as they started talking about aliens being the source of them, aliens don't make things with rivets and metal seams with an ordinary stainless steel.
I hope aliens come and visit this planet, and the first thing they do is pop a rivet in your car. Like, what if they do rivet and we just don't know it?
Well, that's true.
Hey, Keith, Sloppy Scientist has a question for Mark about the progress on the remote observatory and the desert plan. And I'm not sure if that's for you or for Mark.
That is probably for Mark because he is in the desert. So let me ask that to him right now. Sloppy Scientist asks, what is the progress on the remote observatory and the desert plan?
The progress is that I was out there 2 nights ago, and I was collimating the optics, making sure that the new wide-angle view for the system we installed is arranged perfectly with the mirror. And I was also doing a few other cleanups. I cleaned the optics while I was there. I was pleasantly pleased to notice that the optics were not that bad.
Nice.
I was very impressed with the optics being as clean as they were. That doesn't mean there's no layer of dust. There is, but you know what? Dust on optics isn't the end of the world. In fact, the telescope doesn't even see the optics dust, so it doesn't matter. But it was beautiful. So it did that. I also tested the go-to function, so we can actually just pick an object with our planetarium system and then click go to, and it will go there. And all that from, where I am in Connecticut, it's 2,500 miles away into the desert. So you can see that you want a robust, reliable system. So we do have, there's up to 27 security cameras out there. And we know anyone who's around, or if anyone comes by, we can see animals, we can see rats and mice moving around. We actually had one of our Wi-Fi cables started getting gnawed on by a rat.
Nice.
And we, the guy that caretakes the property out there, he wasn't even asked to do it. He went right out and he actually fixed the cable and buried it deeper.
Oh, so they dug it up.
In OBS. You're doing sharpening in OBS.
I'm not doing anything in OBS. You want me to do sharpening? Yeah. I'm not doing a thing. The OBS is off.
No kidding. So
yeah, the filters.
So is Tycho that sharp?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, Paul might have contrast or something on there, but yeah, I'm not doing anything on this end.
Yeah,
I mean, I
really
can.
pretty.
Like, this is me on this end if I wanted to darken it. Like, and you'll see that pop up in a couple seconds. But
I'll see it pop up in 6 seconds.
yeah, if I wanted to darken on this one. But yeah, I'm not doing anything. That's all on his end.
Okay. Looks really nice.
Yeah. It's calming down.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, you're not 6 seconds anymore. You're more like 20.
Oh, stop it. I'm not.
You are. You're 20 seconds.
No, I'm not. Because I'm looking at the clocks. I'm comparing the clocks for the feed, and they are... Yeah, 6 seconds. 6 seconds from OBS to YouTube.
Oh, okay. He's using the Orion 80mm.
Well, yeah, that's the wide field one for right now.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a nice f4 5-inch refractor that I have mounted on the Skytour East telescope. But if I can get a good mount, I might bring that out into the Arizona desert.
Yeah.
That might be a better place for it.
Something tells me you're just going to end up with everything out in the Arizona desert. Because it's superb.
No, imagine this. Imagine a photo of the moon taken from the Arizona desert, a photo of the moon taken from Connecticut with the same instrument, and now we can actually make a 3D image of the moon for the first time in human history.
Right.
I mean, tell me about it. That's a stunning idea.
Well, you don't look at the moon. I want a bird.
Huh?
Mr. Deep Sky. But we could. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I would do it just to prove a point, to try it out.
Right.
But you have to have two identical systems at either end.
Did you ever clean up that Andromeda image?
I actually took more.
Oh, really?
Privately.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm in the process of adding them all together.
Because I'm getting that blown up and making a big, picture for my living room, right?
Well, what I'm going to do, actually, and for those listening, some of our deep sky images have come out so good that they actually take your breath away. So what I'm going to do is I can increase the resolution tremendously. So we can end up having a beautiful, beautiful high-resolution image. So in our resolution, we're over 4,000 pixels by 2,800 pixels in size. But
Perfect.
that's a pretty good size. But we can actually triple that, quadruple that, go 6 to 10 times that. And then it's just a matter of figuring out a way to get it to you. I might have to do like a Dropbox thing.
Yeah, because it's going to be a pretty big file.
Oh, it's going to be a very big file. It'll probably be 30 gig.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I have an empty external that I can use.
Well, you're going to have to do something.
Yeah. No problem.
But then you got to put it onto some kind of a 64 gig thumb drive.
Yeah.
And then take it someplace and give it to them. Say, I want this.
Yep.
I
want this glossy printed.
Oh no, you don't.
Maybe we can get it made into maybe we can find a building that wants to
That's great.
that wants to give us the side of their building, and we can get a big print made and stick it to the side of a building somewhere.
I think that's a great idea.
With the Sky Tour live stream, like in little letters on the bottom and like P&K Space Imaging and big letters on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In big letters on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, but it's amazing. I mean, I know a couple places in Philadelphia right along 95 that would love to have some art on the side of their building.
Yeah, actually, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, the current thing that's currently there is a big, well, I won't say it, but you know what people normally draw when they're graffitiing. It starts with a D and ends with a K, if you know what I mean. So that's the only thing on there now, so we can cover that up. Yeah, ducks. Yeah.
Ducks, yeah.
Who drew a bunch of ducks on the side of my building? Yeah. So this is a live image right now. You are seeing it. You are maybe 12 seconds behind it feeding into the optics chip of the camera.
And that's Watcher Lady asking that question.
And Watcher Lady, yes. Yeah, aerospaces do cost a lot of money. But once again, it's Philadelphia. So if they just want to cover up some stuff, and have a nice thing on the side of their building,
I had a dentist's office ask me if I could produce wallpaper for their exam rooms.
That'd be awesome.
With some of our nebulae, and it's like, well, yeah. It's not a big deal. You can actually do it. You can have them printed, and there's a company that will do it for you.
Yeah.
You just need to provide this exceptionally well done, high resolution quality image.
Right. Yeah, but it can. But I imagine when I eventually build my house in Vermont, I imagine doing my office ceiling in one of those. So if I can get one big enough to cover the ceiling, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but you know what? You should do it in a ceiling like I did. I actually painted 3,000 stars on my ceiling.
Okay.
In glow-in-the-dark paint.
Let's review this again.
In proper placement.
Getting a picture that has a sticky background to put on my ceiling, or spending time painting 3,000 stars on my ceiling. Now,
When you turn off the lights, you feel like the roof has been lifted off.
the what?
You feel the roof has been lifted off. That's the way I say it. If you don't like it, I
Roof.
will hang up.
Roof. All right.
Don't do that. There's dogs
All right.
here.
All right. I know. I heard him. He's making more sense than you just did. So you painted it in glow-in-the-dark paint.
Yep, and
Okay.
I painted the Milky Way and everything. It took 3 days,
Okay.
but I placed 3,000 stars accurately based on my charts, and it was a dormant cape. So the wall was the ceiling rather was sloped on one side.
Yeah.
So I put tree silhouettes by just making an absence of stars. So I painted them negatively,
Nice.
negative space-wise.
Yeah.
And you saw these beautiful winter trees and Orion and everything. And you turn off the lights, and you felt like suddenly the roof was lifted off.
The what?
And you felt that solitude when the roof was lifted off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, pictures or it didn't happen?
What?
Pictures or it didn't happen? Where's pictures of it?
Pictures? Oh. Well, you see, I don't have pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the reason I don't have pictures is because somebody who will remain nameless ended up painting over it. And this was when I lived at home, and it was my room that I lived in growing up.
Oh, let me just say, watcher lady, you are in luck. She says, is it possible to get live images or videos of the stars? On with me right now is Mr. Mark D'Antonio from NASA's Unexplained Files and What on Earth and Hudson Valley Bigfoot Trackers, whatever that show was. And he has SkyTour live stream radio on KGRADB, and he also has the SkyTour live stream right here on YouTube, who does live deep space astrophotography directly for you. You can talk to him now. Mark, take it away. See you in 25.
Well, I wish if somebody could put up the link, because this is on my phone. I'm talking to everybody.
Sure. Let's somebody help him out.
Yeah, how about that, Keith?
Yeah. I'm sure one of the mods will take care of it.
SkyTour live stream is a
Actually,
wonderful-
can you just type in the chat, or no? You don't have the chat at all right now.
I have the chat, but I mean I can't.
No. What I'm saying, if you just say put a couple dots in chat, your name will come up, and they can click your name. I think.
Let's try it.
Well, that's how it used to work. I'm not sure if it still works that way.
Jupiter looks really good. That's actually pretty accurate color now.
Yeah, because Paul's the man. Hello. We've been here for 7 years. You don't know this yet?
No.
Yeah, Mark is not currently live. He's just on live with us right now. But Mark does do live from the Arizona Observatory, and he's getting gorgeous images, and he does them live right there for you to see. So if a satellite flies through there while he's trying to do it, you'll see a satellite crossing.
Yeah, we actually saw Daryl Mason and I were on the other night, and we were on for about 15 minutes, and we had 25 or 26 satellites fly through the view in just that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever encountered any problems with the Starlink stuff yet that people were complaining about?
Well, no, we don't have Starlink yet. That's what we're waiting for.
No. I mean, actually, the satellites themselves.
Oh, yeah. We've seen plenty of Starlinks come through.
I mean, have they ruined some images you were taking?
You know what? They're going to be the means by which we can actually do this thing in the future here.
Right.
We can do it now, but there's a 1 second delay on every click I make, and it's maddening.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, actually, when you think about it, I mean, 1 second's not really that bad.
Oh, it is when you have to do it all night long.
True, but when you look at the scope of things, from the broadness of what's happening, 1 second, pinging is not that bad.
Yeah.
You're able to do what you want to do just with a little 1 second delay. And hello, Harry Kumar. Harry?
Harry.
Hurry?
Here.
Okay.
Harry Kumar.
Gotcha. But yeah, there's Jupiter. Now, I could contrast that up if you wanted me to, so you can really see some stuff. Depends on how long he stays on it. If he gives me a big full screen of it, I'll contrast it on this end, and we can count the rings. I think our record is 18. So, for clearness anyway, we use that for the clearness to.
Did you say rings? You meant bands.
Bands, rings. Listen, not all of us is a professional astronomer, sir.
That's why I'm correcting you, because supposedly I'm supposed to be, and I can't let that go, right?
Yeah, you could. I'm dying. Okay.
Siobhan will resurrect you.
Yeah, she'll resurrect me. Hello, Joe Van Allen. Red spot is not around right now. It might, by the time we're done, it might start coming around. Jupiter rotation being 9 hours, so you have a good shot at it coming across, because you figure it has to go across the face. So right there is half of the time. So there's a good chance it might show up. Pay attention to the left-hand side. And for anybody that wanted it, I can give you this little bit just to give you a little more detail here. See, that's what I do on this end. Just try to bring it in a little clearer. And if I really wanted to, I can go true color, because it looks like we're hewing towards the green right now. But I can bring it into, there we go, just like that. There we are, just like that. Whoops, that's a little green. Bring it back this way a little bit. Wait, oh no, purple. Nope, don't want to go purple.
But they're waiting for the first transition. I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
okay.
That's just tough. That's just tough. There's a little too much purple in it. Anyway, go back to default. But yeah, Jupiter looks good.
The default was actually more closely correct to anything else.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's a natural view. I just do that so people can see.
Uh-oh.
You know, so if you go like this, it turns into a cheeseburger. With cheese and actually a Big Mac, because it has a bun in the middle.
You set up your stream to have ads in the middle. We're seeing an ad right now.
There's an ad in the middle of the stream? I don't even think I have ads on right now.
Oh, apparently you do.
Uh-oh.
We just saw it.
What was it, Arby's?
No, it's some other stupid thing. Medicare for you.
Oh, okay. Well, keep it up, Mark. I'm going to advertise on your channel. Just so it comes right in. So sorry if anybody got an ad there. I didn't think I had them on, but I guess I do.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dollar bills, y'all. There's my 1/100th of a penny. We all know how YouTube ads work. You used to be able to put them in manually. I don't think they let you do that anymore, because some people are putting them in like every minute.
Yeah, it doesn't work. If you want someone to go away, put ads in every minute.
Yeah. I think the way I had this set up, you shouldn't have got that ad like midstream. I think I only have it set up for the beginning, like when you first click.
No, we just saw it. We had to skip it.
I don't know if that was me. That might have just been YouTube.
It depends on what in there has a selection about the ads when you're creating the stream, but that's all right.
Well, right there, Legless Lex says YouTube's new greedy policies updated where they can reserve the right to put ads on anything. So yeah,
this is live.
Yeah, we are live.
I'm on YouTube.
Who's that, Ronnie?
Oh,
no. That's Ronnie.
No, that's Daphne.
Daphne and Randy.
Yes, that's Diane.
Diane.
Yeah, you have to be more entertaining, Kay, because Ron fell asleep.
Ron fell asleep. Well, Ron will always fall asleep. Ron always falls asleep in a recliner. Oh, Randy fell asleep. Well, he's probably tired. I mean, God's sakes, he's been listening to you all day.
Yeah, no, he hasn't fallen asleep.
Oh.
Not yet. Give him time. No.
Give him time.
I'm the one that should be sleeping. I mean, look at the time. It's
7:30. No, it's 8 o'clock. Almost.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only person that has an excuse to be in bed at 8 o'clock at night is Marianne.
No, not anymore, because she no longer is a police officer.
Hey, it takes a long time to get out of that groove.
I
will defend Marianne. It takes a while to get out of that groove of going to bed at like 4:30 in the afternoon and waking up way early in the morning.
I thought it was 3 o'clock.
Well, same difference. There you go. There's our cheeseburger. Here, let me see if I can give a little tink there and a little tink there. No, I'm not going to mess with it because he's messing with it right now. But there you go. There's Jupiter. And we just looked at its mate Saturn, and they had a beautiful little child named Stupider.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Usually people don't think of Miami as a place to do astronomy, but here we are.
For planets and moon, though, it's actually perfect. But sometimes the haze in the sky will not affect the planetary view. It might actually help the planetary view, depending on the altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how we do it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I wonder what Bill's doing right now.
I don't know. You should call him and see if you can get him on.
No, he's probably gaming.
But you can get him on.
Well, I don't want to interrupt his game. I know him and Amanda were gaming last night for a while. Like early morning.
Sloppy Scientist, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scientist.
I live in Connecticut, so you're in Maryland, so you're in the same time zone as me. But I'm happen to be in Arizona at the moment.
And I am in Pennsylvania, rocking with the Amish.
Pennsylvania, Pencil, Vania.
Pennsyltucky.
Yep, and this is the black screen of death.
Nope.
Often,
It's Saturn as we bring it into view.
well, it's not there yet. There
Not
it comes.
there yet. Because the moon is still 33 degrees above horizon, so it's not going away anytime soon. 11 p.m., I think we started at 9. So,
Yeah.
Oh, and
Hey,
hello
Brian
again
Stoner.
to people that are watching, people in the chat.
I just said hi to Brian Stoner. So
Brian
there you go.
Stoner. Hello, Brian Stoner. And David Schmidt. Why is David Schmidt? That's not the same David Schmidt, is it? Why is he not a moderator?
Don't know. That's
Doesn't
all
make
you.
sense.
Hi,
Oh, no,
Dave.
I noticed that before. Like, that happened before with somebody. Yet Ted, he hasn't been around like a year, and yet he's still a moderator. David
Yeah, you
Schmidt.
see? Did you see that Diane Harris said, "Hello, this is Daphne"?
Hello, Dap Henny.
She's not Dap Heine, Daphne.
Yeah, let me make sure this is the same David Schmidt. David Schmidt,
Why
type
don't
in the chat where you're from. Let's see if it's the same one.
I do notice that he was a moderator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you know my name, but anybody can do that. Where are you from, David Schmidt? I just want to make sure this is the right one.
Yeah.
I'm asking you personal questions.
Dave is from David Smith.
David Schmidt might be the paper boy.
I know about that.
All right, that is David Schmidt. How did you become unmodded? Did you create a new account, David? Or did you have to create a new account or something? Or is this the one you always used?
Did you log in from a different account but has your name?
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, well, I'll fix it.
Well, it says David Schmidt, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Dave. Now, he is from Thailand. You are correct. And originally from Pittsburgh.
That's right. Transplant.
That is David Schmidt. I wonder why. I mean, maybe he created a new account, possibly?
And he's a fantastic teacher, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have to question his judgment by putting us in his classroom. But, yeah.
Hey, but I would have to say that he made the right choice.
Yeah.
By putting us in his classroom.
Those poor kids.
Those poor kids might actually
Okay, so this is his school account. Okay, so I modded that one too, David. So now you're modded on both of your things.
See, David, we're working out for you.
Yeah. And there's
You know,
Capernicus.
This is something that David would enjoy.
Yeah.
I was, you know how I have my book, The Populated Universe, and I was selling them at Pine Bush, and this little girl named Noah, N-O-A, probably 10 years old. She comes over to me, and she's with her mother, and her mother says she was just learning about black holes.
And hello, Rockstar. Sorry. Go
And I
ahead.
looked over and I said to Noah, "Hey, tell me, Noah. Tell me all about black holes." And she proceeded to go through all the very correct and very precisely and carefully worded statements that described what a black hole was, why larger stars could become black holes, and why the sun could never become a black hole. And she just went through everything just perfectly. And I said, "Wow, that's very impressive." And then I made a split-second decision right then and there. I gave her a free copy of my book, and I signed it to her. I thought that this was just a great moment, and I thought she deserved the book, frankly.
Yeah, she needed firewood.
Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't last long, though, because, you know.
Okay, how many free copies of this book have you given out? Because I know my bookshelf is sitting empty right now.
Well, with comments like the last one, that's why it's sitting empty.
Well, you
It's
ever
just
think that
firewood.
sitting empty like that is why those comments come? Mr. Smarty Pants?
How about the fact that your bookshelf is empty? Okay, it's because you make comments like that.
How about my bookshelf isn't empty because it's too filled with 3D moon craters?
You mean that we made?
The ones I stole. I told you
You
last
stole
time. I stole your fire extinguisher. I almost did. I thought
Yeah,
it was
well,
a
you
rocket
did.
ship.
We waited 2 years to get our copy.
Well, Diane and Randy just got their copy of the book, and of course I signed it.
Yeah, but that kid, you're right. That kid knew exactly what she was talking about. And if anybody deserved that book, it was her.
You got it.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
No, that's not true.
But I did
Oh,
see,
you're right.
I did see Richard Dolan slipping her his book under the table, saying, "Hey, this one's better." I mean, I'm not trying to start anything, but
Yeah, okay. No, she was so cute. And it was actually great to hear that. So I thought, you know what? Based on how I started in astronomy, I thought that maybe this will help her get started in astronomy, so she could also not make money.
yeah.
Because, you know, if you're an astronomer, you're not making a lot of money.
Well, that was our main mission when we started doing this. You know, if we can, like, especially the younger kids, if they can pick up just by watching this and get interested in it, and all of a sudden pick up a telescope. If one of those kids out of 100, you never know, they might make some great discoveries in the future just by, you know, having an inspiration by seeing, you know, the moon as it is right here on our screen. It'd be fantastic. And I'm still not ruling out the Celestron giveaway because, once again, I am in talks. So I'm hoping to get a couple telescopes for giveaways and whatnot. So, you know, stay tuned. We're working on it. You know, we're not going to be giving away like a 10-inch telescope, but, you know, I'm trying to get a couple 5 SEs or, you know, a 6 SE would be awesome.
I recommend the 6 SE all the time to people.
Right. Yeah, that's a good scope.
Telescope.
Really good.
It
And
is.
easy to learn.
Yeah.
It's a great learning scope, but it's also a professional scope.
Isn't that what Ronald got?
Yeah, I think so. He got or maybe he got the 5. Oh no, maybe he got the 6.
Yeah,
He might have
because we
got the 6.
actually encouraged him, I think, to get the 6 SE.
Yeah. And I think the first thing he did was look into the sun. Yeah. But he was
All
trying.
right.
He was
Wait a
trying.
minute. Okay, who's this? What do you mean that's so fake? UFO Congress.
Yeah, UFO Congress. Mark just talked at you yesterday, UFO Congress.
Not yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
That sounds like it might be Alejandro.
No, it's
Alejandro.
Oh,
not me.
You?
no, it's the
Karen?
owner of the UFO
Is it
Congress.
Karen?
It's Karen. She just told me she found it.
Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Karen Brard, the owner of
Okay,
UFO Congress.
so the owner of UFO Congress just said that's so fake, huh? Okay, banned.
No, you're not banning her.
Messenger, yeah.
Hello,
This
Karen
is,
from UFO Congress. Thanks for the
Karen
invite.
Brard from UFO Congress, one of the nicest, biggest conferences on the planet for UFOs.
Yeah.
I just spoke there. It's probably one of the best places to go.
Yep.
And it's really been a great time. I had a great time speaking there. I did a talk, and then I did a panel with Ben Hansen and Melissa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But you know the one thing the UFO Congress is missing? And since we have the person on here, you were missing one major thing at the UFO Congress. P&K space imaging.
I knew you were going to say
Let me
that.
tell you, we can bring you a whole playlist of UFOs.
Actually, the truth is, then, you would have been, if you wanted to, you could put together a video and say, here are things that we saw crossing across the moon. And maybe you would get picked as a speaker for next year.
Nah.
But, well, we'll see, then forget it.
I'm just kidding, D'Antonio.
No,
My
that
Lord.
would've-
What do I have to do? Write a book that doesn't sell to get out there? Come on. Oh, I got the burns coming, baby. I got them all.
Well,
I
I
love
would
you,
like
Mark.
to say that that's true, but I sold
love
all
you,
my
Mark.
books at Pine Bush.
Mark, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so everybody pick up People in the Universe or whatever it's called, and Mark's book.
Populated universe.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Populated Universe.
Hang on, Diane has a question.
I have a question.
Diane has a question.
Okay.
What formed?
Okay, she's asking about all the mountain ranges near the crater we're seeing right now.
Yep, and the beautiful crater apron.
Yes, the beautiful crater
And the
apron.
beautiful crater
And-
walls.
Yeah, and she's asking what formed all that. Well, the answer to that is that there's a lot of stuff that formed that, but what you're seeing is the final result of what happened there. To the left of it, you see that relatively flat area? Well, that flat area is hiding a whole bunch of other stuff underneath it, because that flat area represents lava that over-flooded that area.
Right.
And it topped out over some of the other previous craggy mountains that might have been there. So there might be more mountains under the surface that we don't see. The higher mountains are just mountains that were higher in those highlands. Again, from the very original formation, it's been hit by so many craters, so many strikes, that these mountains were uplifted from the crater impacts, from the meteor impacts.
So,
And she has another
I
follow-on.
have another.
Yeah, go ahead.
If that's lava,
Cooled, of course. It's rock now, yes.
that moon had to have had an atmosphere at some point.
Okay, she's saying that if that's lava to the left, it means that the moon had to have had an atmosphere at some point. And the answer is, well, actually, no, it doesn't. And I'll tell you why. Because no, we had you could have a molten ball of rock in space, and it will still be molten. You don't need an atmosphere for something to be melted, all right? And so, when the lava was inside the moon, of course, because the moon was very hot in its interior in the very beginning. So when something large would strike the moon, it would basically poke a hole in the moon, and lava would upwell from the interior and overspread the area.
Ooh,
But
look at
you
that.
have to have an atmosphere for that.
Look at that crater.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, see, with the sun as it is right now, that beautiful crater apron shows you the complexity. As Diane just asked that question.
Look how
about-
deep that crater is, man.
Well, it's some depth, but
It's deep. Not as deep as the one on the upper right, but it's deep.
yeah, it's probably depending on the sun angle too. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith,
So beautiful. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
have you ever seen, when you guys come to the moon and do these live streams, have you seen any debris left by the American astronauts when we were on the moon? Have you been able to see anything that was left, any of the countries that have been on the moon, anything like that, that we, unfortunately, as Earthlings, I guess you call them, that left litter on the moon?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm
Keith.
gonna make Mark pull his hair out right now. Yeah, we've seen all that. No, here the real answer is me and Mark, we actually did this math one time.
We did.
You currently on Earth, on this entire planet, no matter where you go, there is not a telescope big enough to see any of the things left by the astronauts. And we did the math one time, and you would need a 30-meter telescope. 30 meters just to make the Apollo landing site, the entire Apollo landing site, 2 pixels.
That's right.
The resolution's just not there. You reach something called the Dawes limit,
It's the
or
Dawes-
the
it's the
diffraction
Dawes
limit,
limit. Yeah.
where,
Dawes limit.
you know, I'm just going to let Mark tell you since you asked me, but I'll let Mark tell you because he's butting in. Jesus. It's a Dawes
I'm not
diffraction
talking.
limit where you get past a certain point. But go ahead, tell him, Mark.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Hey, Keith, I believe you.
There you go.
I believe you.
I know. That's because
Not
you like
even
me
the
better
Hubble
than Mark.
can see
That's okay.
stuff on the moon.
Yeah.
Even the Hubble Space Telescope wouldn't be able to see a single human-made
Yeah.
object on the moon.
Right.
In fact, it was hard enough for the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter orbiting 60 miles above the moon to see the lunar landing
But
sites.
once again, you guys can go onto Google right now and go onto LRO Quick Map, and you can
That's
go
right.
see it. And you can't see the flag, but you can see the shadow of it. You can see all the rovers. You can see the tracks. You can see all that stuff through the LRO website, and that's the orbiter orbiting the moon, taking high definition TIFF images and pictures that get automatically uploaded. And it's a wonderful site. If you go there, plan to be there for hours, because I will give you this one warning though: it does take up a lot of computer power because there's so much information. So it does slow your computer down. So if you go onto that site, just make sure you have a better computer, or have all the other windows closed when you go to use it. That way your computer can power it quickly and make the images appear a lot quicker. But yeah, it's
and the nice thing,
beautiful.
The nice thing is, it's gorgeous. The nice thing is there's a lot of tools there too.
Yes.
And when the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is still orbiting the moon and taking pictures, when the LRO satellite was taking the pictures of the Apollo landing sites, in some cases it got down to 30 miles above the moon.
Yep.
And took pictures, which made it even more clear. But here's something interesting. When the lunar module blasted off from the moon, it was just the top part of the whole lunar module system. It had the descent stage and the ascent stage. Okay, one to land on the moon, one to leave the moon. Well, when that ascent stage came back to the Apollo command module in lunar orbit, that ascent stage was jettisoned, and it slowly decayed in orbit until it crashed into the moon. You can even, with some care, find where those lunar module ascent stages crashed into the moon and left a long debris trail, miles long, where they all crashed onto the moon. And I've found those, and it's just amazing to see where that lunar module hit. Keep in mind, it's an air-filled, basically an air-filled container. All right, that the lunar module was, that the astronauts were in when they came back to the command module up in space. And it's as thin as aluminum foil in some places. Yep. You can poke a pencil through the wall. So
safety first.
Yeah. And so when they hit the moon, as soon as remember, it's pressure that's pushing outward from inside. All right, that's 14.7 pounds per square inch, actually, a little less. That the astronauts were feeling, because that was the pressure on the Earth. So they made it so they could take their suits off in this lunar module. So when it crashed into the moon, the first point at which it struck the moon probably tore it, in which case it exploded into a billion pieces because of the fact that it was now a popping balloon in a vacuum on the surface of the moon. And you can see this debris trail for miles around. And because it was moving so fast as it hit the moon, it was in orbit, so it was moving really, really fast. And I don't remember the actual orbital speed at that time, but when it spiraled in, it got faster and faster. And finally, it struck the moon at a very, very low angle, leaving a long scar. And that happened, since Apollo 11, 12, 14, 15, and 16. So 17. So you actually can see all those lunar modules if you go hunting for them. It's a great trivia contest, to be honest.
Yeah, it's amazing. I remember I just logged onto that site one time, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. Like 3 hours later, I'm like, I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, time goes faster. And I used to actually teach people how the craters were actually formed, and you can actually see the shape of the craters in profile, because the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter also has an altimeter, a laser altimeter system, which actually measures the depth of the craters as it's going over them. It measures the entire topography. And I actually used LRO data to make our 3D model of the moon. We have a 3D model of the moon that, if you photographed it like you see this here on this moon, it would look this good. Yep. Because we printed it on our SLA printer. Keith, you saw it, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it was actually just a beautiful, little model that we made on the SLA system that we have. And it prints almost every crater. And that's the that's the lunar model that you get if you guess the number of bottle caps in the door on SkyTour Livestream out in Arizona. Yes, that's right. SkyTour Livestream.
What the hell just happened? Hey Mark, did you see the flashing lights moon footage that our UFO channels, our favorite UFO channels, have been posting about?
I have not seen those. I was on a trip, so I didn't see them.
Well, okay, they post this one. It's a very contrasted footage, right? And there's these lights blinking, right around the Mare, and it was so funny because everybody's like, "Wow, what is that? It must be moon bases and stuff like that." It took me literally 3 minutes to figure it out. I took a moon image, I set it all the way up on my the contrast up on my phone, and I downloaded the Sparkle app on Snapchat. And all it did was took the brightest spots of the moon images and made them sparkle like in just unpredictable intervals. It would give you flashes of the brightest spots,
so
and I'm
exciting.
like, it's a Snapchat filter, people. I mean, come
That's
on.
exciting, Chris. That's so good.
Everybody's like, moon bases. And, of course, you can imagine the headlines from the big UFO channels of what it was.
Giggity moon.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, but I didn't know whether you had seen it or not. It's actually pretty funny. But, man, oh, man. And it almost looks like a picture. Did Paul, replace the moon with a picture? Now we're just looking
it's
at
just
it?
a photograph.
Yeah. It does. It's, hardly moving.
Yeah.
Did the stream freeze and we just don't know? We've been talking to ourselves for the last 20 minutes?
It's moving. Things are.
No, if you just zoom in on one section, you can see some noise.
But it does. It's very still right now.
Yeah,
You got that, man. Paul pimped that alignment. Jeez.
Yeah, look at it.
Thing ain't moving. My.
Well, is he actually guiding with the lunar rate, or is he guiding with the sidereal rate? Uh-huh.
He's guiding with an alignment.
Okay. Translation. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Star time versus lunar time. The moon actually drifts across the sky eastward while you're looking at the stars. So, whereas your telescope, if you're at a sidereal rate, the telescope will be looking at the stars and they won't move. But the moon will appear to drift eastward in your view while you're doing that.
Yeah.
So if you're only guiding on the moon, then the stars will appear to drift westward while you're guiding on the moon. So you have to ask Paul if he's doing a lunar rate or a sidereal rate, and he'll know the answer.
I'm sticking with C,
crash.
alignment.
We're going to crash. He's zooming in. And there you got that.
So what have you fed Mary Ann? What kind of coffee was it to keep her up this late?
Oh, trust me, I'm dying, dude. I'm dying.
Yeah, we're
Can
probably
imagine.
gonna be about only a few more minutes here.
Yeah.
I thank you for allowing me to go to bed the other night and not come on the stream. I was so tired after the Congress.
Well, I can imagine what the house gets you had for the last week.
Well, that's true. Well, that.
All right.
All right, Paul said it was the lunar rate.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There you go.
Yeah. See? My question made sense.
Uh-oh, we got Arliss mentioning our friend Mr. Walson.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
What?
What? No, it could have been just clouds or something that just went over. It was up that and went that way.
Unless it was a bird that flew through.
Yeah, that's what.
Birdie.
But it must have been clouds. Because right here, it kind of like that way when he moved it.
Mr. Walson does amazing astrophotography. Unfortunately, the stuff that he finds in orbit, quote unquote, is nothing more than out of focus stars. It has been recreated. There's a astronomer named Thierry Legault that went in and did the exact same thing, and all of a sudden, voila, he had a bad collimation on his telescope, and he defocused it, and it made right into Mr. Walson's spaceships that are supposedly hiding. That's all it is. But he does amazing moon footage and stuff. I mean, I'm not going to knock the guy for that. He does amazing stuff that way.
Yeah, he should have quit while he was ahead. Instead of when you go over that hump of saying, "Look, I've captured satellites up in space that people don't recognize." You have to throw science away to make it up as you see fit.
Right.
You can't have something in orbit like that just sits still, just 100 miles above the Earth.
It comes down to either finding evidence to support your claim, which you are supposed to do, or making evidence to support your claim, which is what he did. So, but don't get me wrong. I mean, once again, his moon footage is fantastic, absolutely great. But when it comes to little spaceships and all that stuff, like, I'm sorry, it's just I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah.
You know.
Ted Bronson, how you doing, man? Hey, listen, you put up a timestamp. Is that where you saw something down in the lower left corner as well? Let me know.
Ted, how long have you been away? Section 4. You mean Zone 4? There it is once again for anybody that needs it.
It means the lower
That was
left.
4 seconds.
No,
So
no.
11, 14, 40. All right, let me go back to 11, 14, 40.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I got you.
11,
Yeah, go back.
14, 40. 11, 14, 40. 11, 14, 40. Okay, here we go. Bottom left. Section 4. Yes, that was a bird.
Okay, I thought it was a bird.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, because the way
Yep,
the
good
moon-
eye, though. Good eye.
The way the moon is looking right now, at this time of night, the angle that it flew through would be like a horizontally type angle for like a bird. So
Yep, that was a bird. You could tell the flippy flappy.
the flippy flappy.
Only scientific language here on P&K Space Imaging. We saw a little flippy flappy.
I like the flippy flappy there.
Look at the color on this thing. Hold on, let me enhance that a little bit just to
Bring
it
Show
out.
people
Just
the
to
color, the brown.
just to
the
show
brown.
people what the actual color is here.
Yeah, the browns are should be a little more pronounced. That's for sure.
Oh, you just stop. Just wait till I get it done, okay? There we go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna 4,
There we go.
5,
You're good.
6.
Yeah, we're
Nothing.
also out in the middle of nowhere. Or somewhere.
Well, I
We're up
guess
in the mountains.
we're in the mountains.
Well, there you go.
Still don't see color.
Well, then, listen, hover over the video and see if the little red dot is lit next to the word live. If it's not, you're not live right now. You're way behind.
There it goes. Is that what he meant?
Yeah.
And
He's
if you're
trying
not,
to-
if the little red dot's not there, then just click the word live. It'll bring you current.
Huh? What?
Well, we're watching it live on the big screen.
Okay.
Well, that looks kind of brown.
Well, now it does because you got it to match. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it does that. For some reason, YouTube kind of takes you sometimes and knocks you off of the live. If it depends on your signal where you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to hover over and see if that little red dot's lit next to live. If it's not, then just press live. That's for everybody in the chat as well. And it'll bring you current to where we are. Because, yeah, I'm still reading 6 seconds behind. So,
Okay.
yeah. But there you go. There's some color for you. So tell us what these colors are, Mark. Go ahead and go.
Well, actually, they're different lavas that oozed out of the moon at different times. And some of the lavas are a little more brown. Some are decidedly more black. Kind of near the center, you see sort of one of the blacker lavas. And then you see a browner lava. That, depending on the composition, because the moon's made of a variety of stuff, the lava is going to look a little different. And you also have to take into account that over time, some of those lavas are younger than the others. And the more longer they're exposed to the harsh, incredibly harsh ultraviolet light from the sun, that's going to change their colors as well. So that could indicate a age as well. So I'm not sure about the composition of the browns versus the dark lavas, but that's something I could find out. I don't memorize lava composition typically
Well, why not?
because I don't do lava compositions all the time.
Dude, you memorize the history of the world. I'm
I
pretty sure
know
some
the
lava
periodic table by
compositions
heart,
will be
but
just a little notch out of your day.
Yeah, and I know the periodic table by heart, but you know what? That and 50 cents will get me a cup of coffee, and I don't even drink coffee.
Hook me up with some element 115.
Yeah, unimpendium, not.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium, yes, of course.
Exactly. Some of the best sci-fi elements around. Well, we
right.
do have a 150. We go up to what, 117 now? Or is it... How many is there now?
118.
118. That's what it is. Yes. But isn't it purty?
Yeah.
And hello,
Well,
Mildred.
That was my mother's name.
From Cancun, Mexico. Welcome to Cancun, Mexico. Live.
David Schmidt. Okay, thanks for coming. It was great to talk to you for a bit.
Who?
Oh, actually, he's going to bring him in. Okay, great. Bring him in.
Who?
David Schmidt.
David Schmidt.
One student out of 10 shows up.
Yep.
Homeschooling, not good for attendance. All right.
David's over there in Taiwan living that Corona life. No, it's not Taiwan, is it? It's not Taiwan. Oh,
You mean coronavirus life or just Corona beer life? What are you talking about?
COVID-19, making the world go round.
I wonder how Corona beer suffered in their sales after.
Well,
COVID
I'm not saying they were hit hard by it, but they thought about changing their name to Mumps.
I think so. See, even you
So
like that.
stupid. Come get your Mumps beer with lime.
Yeah,
Something with a little less stigma around it.
that's right.
Okay, let me put this. Let me put this back on default for Paul. That way he knows what he's looking at there. All right.
Of course, you have a slightly more light beer called Measles.
Measles. Yeah. Come get your chicken pox.
That's right.
That'd be a good name for beer, though. Pox. Pox beer.
Yeah, well, that's like Duff, right?
Yeah. What is that one disease way back when you shit yourself to death? It was just nothing but diarrhea. It's like Black Death or something like that. What was it called? Well, wasn't that what it was in 1918? It was like the plague.
That's not the Black Plague. That wasn't bubonic plague.
Oh.
Bubonic plague was a bunch of boils on your body, which.
Oh. I'm just saying. Can you imagine like getting to heaven and be like, "Hey man, what'd you die
Yes,
of?"
it was.
Well, a Hershey squirted to death.
And said it.
It'd be so
Diane
embarrassing.
said 1918 was a Spanish flu. That's what she said. She's correct.
Spanish flu, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Now, did that make you Hershey squirt?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You're just.
I'm just
dying.
saying
Use
it would
that
be
little fart
embarrassing.
maker.
Like
Why don't you just do it?
if I'm gonna die, I'd rather not do it like of an old age or something like that. Like I want to go out like in like
Big
an
time?
explosion or something.
Well, George Carlin used to say, "When I die, I want to be blown up."
Yeah, darn
There
right.
you go.
Make it a
I love
spectacle.
it.
Here's what I want. If I'm on my deathbed and I happen to pass away, like the line goes flat, I just want Marianne to run in with a taser, just to see what would happen. I give you full permission, just to see what would happen. Now remember, the key word is here: when I flatline Marianne, not when I'm in line at McDonald's to get a drink.
It depends what you want her to take.
Oh, okay. Well, we
Little
can do
does
that.
Mark know, I slipped Marianne $50 to tase him out in the middle of the desert.
Well, then you gave away $50, pal, because she hasn't done it.
Yeah, well, you know what? We actually hired an EMS crew, so they're going to be hiding over the berm of the cactus, if there is a berm.
Well, there's a berm on the gun range that's out there where the observatory is. There's a gun range on the property, so that's actually pretty nice.
Okay.
Like I said, it's protected property, so it's like, no one's going to get in without authorization, I can tell you that.
Yep. And I will tell you right now, we are on object watch until the end. The big scope is being put away, so just so you all know, before we end tonight. So we're just kind of just watching the moon, see if anything crosses. We had a couple birds.
Yep.
You know.
I was excited. I thought I saw some.
You
Like
did see something.
How would you want to? Okay. How would you want to die, Mark? Like if you had your choice of a way to go, how would you want to go?
Let's see. Yeah, how about I wouldn't. Actually, yeah, if I had a choice, I guess I'd have to push you out the airlock because I wouldn't want to go out the airlock.
I'd go out the airlock.
No way.
Sure would.
No.
Just like skydiving, just with no air and freezing cold.
Right. Well, you don't feel temperature in space, actually.
Yeah.
That's mythology when they show that.
Yeah. Tell that to the poor bastard that goes out at the airlock. You don't feel cold in space. Stop
don't.
faking.
You don't.
Yeah.
That's the thing people don't understand.
Your blood just boils and you die.
Yeah. See, in space, that's because of low pressure.
Right.
That doesn't have to do with any temperature. The thing is, your body either absorbs radiation or it emits it away. It wicks it away.
That's how I want to go
space,
then.
I don't think that's a pleasant way.
Just space me. I'm going out with hard nips and boiling blood. I'm on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. You can't tell me it's not cold in
Okay.
space.
Well, your entire body would be racked with the most pain you ever had in your life.
So
No,
basically
hey,
a Tuesday.
you know what you do? Know what
What?
you do? Here,
Yeah.
try this. What you gotta do is you gotta put your finger into a vacuum chamber.
Okay, I've done that before. Not the best outcome.
Okay,
Just
and
throwing
then
it out there.
you start the vacuum
Yeah.
on your finger, and what you feel happening in your finger is what'll happen to your entire body all at once when you jump out of an airlock.
Wait a minute. I thought they said that's supposed to make it bigger.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh,
it
a
will,
finger.
all right.
A finger. Gotcha. Never mind. Continue.
Yes. Yes. But you're feel free to put whatever you wish in that opening, and then start pulling the air out of that chamber, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
I should make the disclaimer right now that the stuff said on this stream is by true professionals. It should not be attempted at home.
Yeah, because like everybody's got vacuum chambers with little holes for their fingers.
There's that fingers word again. Anyhow.
Well, you know what?
Well,
You
we're
can
not
put it on
talking
your
about a
foot.
Hoover or something, We're talking, because when you say
brush.
vacuum, the first thing people think of is like a vacuum cleaner. Like that's not the kind of vacuum. Like the definition of vacuum is just void of anything.
We call it low atmospheric pressure.
Okay, smart ass. I get it.
Okay. And in microgravity, you can still have an atmosphere. It's just very, very thin.
Yes.
So, like at the altitude of the space station, they're still getting hit with air molecules, just not very many of them.
Yeah.
So, from time to time, they actually have to boost the space station into a higher orbit.
Yep.
And it's very mild. It's very little bit, but they do. And I think that I can't remember the end date for the space station, but it was supposed to be near the end of the 2020s.
I thought it was like the end of last year.
Well, I know that they boosted it. They boosted it again.
Well, I know they boosted it, but yeah, the decommission I think was actually supposed to be 20 or 21 originally.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
they
got
did.
to see when that thing comes down.
Yeah. Hey, when is the James Webb due to go up?
As early as October.
Wow.
Early as next month.
So we're going to be on stream together, biting our nails, watching this thing.
And then it'll be like delayed for 2 more years. Yeah, I hope not.
Well, man, can you imagine that stream? Me and you are going to be freaking out.
Well, on the launch
Yeah.
or on the deployment.
On all of it.
Remember, the James Webb is going to go way past the moon. I mean, the moon is 240,000 miles away, roughly, right? Well, the James Webb's going 1 million miles away.
Yeah, it's going
It's
like
going
to
to,
L2 or something, right?
L1. It's going to a
L1.
place in space that's like a parking lot, a parking spot in space. And basically all the general forces of gravity from all the bodies around it kind of sum to zero. And keep in mind it's also moving through orbit, so it's got some momentum of its own, but it's going to be moving way further away than the moon. It's going to be 1 million miles out from the Earth. All right? So literally, it's like 4 times as far as the moon.
There ain't no fixing it.
That's exactly the point I was about to make.
You ain't going to pull a Hubble.
You ain't going to go up there with a space shuttle and say, let's replace the optics. You can't do it.
No, they got one shot.
James Webb has been taking so long, is because they are trying to get it right. And I do not blame them a bit.
No, I'd rather have them keep delaying it until they know it's perfect.
I don't think that there's a problem at all. They should just keep doing what they're doing.
Like perfect launching conditions, like bright sunny day, no clouds, no wind. I do not blame them one bit. But we are going to stream it, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I say we do.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, that's going to be... Then we're going to talk about the James Webb. We're going to show people.
Yeah.
We'll have a special radio show on SkyTour Radio.
By the way, if anybody's wondering why the moon's blurry right now, real quick, it's just because there's a satellite dish on top of the building, so it's kind of clipping that a little bit, making it look a little funky.
Yeah, I kind of thought he had the obstruction there.
Yeah. It'll go away.
I don't say anything, but,
Anyway, continue. Something about SkyTour live stream?
No, something about SkyTour Radio.
Radio, gotcha.
Yeah. On SkyTour Radio on KGRA Sunday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be talking about the James Webb around the time when it launches. The week of its launch, before that, we're going to do our show on the James Webb. And It's really a heck of a piece of equipment. Think about this. It's a beautiful infrared system. It has all these infrared cameras. It can't see any visible light, which is kind of interesting. And it's only going to be looking in the range where we see heat. You might say, what use is that? Well, for exoplanets, okay, planets around other stars, they give off a lot of heat. And by measuring that heat, we can also see the atmospheres of the planets if they have them. And we might be able to detect what's in the atmospheres. I say might, but that's actually pretty solid science that we'll be able to. And we'll be able to infer if there's oxygen in the atmosphere. And that's pretty cool, too. Now, to protect the James Webb, all right, which actually has a 21-foot mirror as opposed to Hubble's 8-foot mirror, okay? So it's just, it's crazy how much, it's almost 3 times the size, a little less. So,
Ooh, so excited.
It is cool. And it's going to have far higher resolution. We're going to see so much more. And then when the James Webb Telescope is out there, it has to face away from the sun because the heat of the sun can upset the very, very sensitive infrared systems. Because the sun generates. So they're going to have a large sunshade that is deployed behind the telescope that will always be facing the sun. And that sunshade is literally like 79 feet long. All right? And it's going to be like 50 feet wide. That's huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
But let me tell you why. And I'm not over exaggerating this at all. I think, and this is a personal opinion, you can disagree with me if you want, Mark.
I do
that
already.
The James Webb Telescope is going to do for astronomy what the initial launch of any astronauts into space did. That's how big of a deal it is. I think it's going to be a massive deal, and the discoveries it's going to make is going to change the way we actually live here on Earth. Guaranteed, no question.
Well, there's no doubt, because it's going to change the conversation we have when we talk about planets around other stars.
Yeah, we're going to be able to see atmospheres of other planets around other stars. That's insane.
Well, we know that there's atmospheres around other planets.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to see what they're made of.
Yeah, I mean, to some extent.
Yeah.
The problem you have, oxygen. Okay, the way we're going to do this is we're going to look at what's polluting the spectrum of the star. All right? If we suddenly see that there's methane in the star's atmosphere, well, we know that's not coming from the star. We know that that's going to be coming from the planet that's currently passing in front of the star. If we see carbon dioxide, we know that's not in the star's atmosphere. That's something that comes from a planet passing in front of the star. And if the methane and the carbon dioxide are in the right amounts, then that infers that there's oxygen there too. And that's something that's really important as well. And we can't see oxygen. We cannot see the oxygen directly, and that's because the signature of oxygen is something that's in the visible spectrum. And this is only going to be the infrared spectrum.
Right.
So we're just going to be inferring this, but it'll be a really solid inference, and it's going to work well.
Yep.
I just think that this could change everything. We might find that there's a planet out there that's also not in equilibrium, just like the Earth is not in equilibrium. Oxygen doesn't want to stay in an atmosphere. It'll drain out and go into the rocks and bind with iron compounds and other compounds. I mean, it did that to Mars. Yep. The oxygen in the Martian atmosphere, when the Martian atmosphere was being broken up by the ultraviolet light of the sun, it went down into the rocks and bound with the iron compounds to make Fe2O3, which is rust, and to make other hematite compounds, which are all basically reddish-brown oxides. And so when you look at Mars, it's red because it rusted. And I think that's kind of a cool thing. Now, if a planet is left alone to its own devices, any oxygen in its atmosphere is going to quickly drain out, quickly bind up with other materials in the crust. And so it wouldn't last a long time unless it's being replenished. So depending on the volume of what's being replenished, you can make the determination that maybe it's being replenished by life.
There you go.
And that's the thing that we want to find. Imagine that, folks. We find another planet that we think might have life in it. I mean, it won't be in our solar system. We might find microbial life here. Yeah. But the Earth is in that position for more complex life.
And it wouldn't be just a shot in the dark. I mean, you're talking about there will be things pointing to, give us more certainty towards it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And here come the aliens.
Well, honestly,
yeah.
I will say that when we look at if we find life elsewhere, I think it's only going to be a matter of time before we discover that not only is there life elsewhere, but there are what we call technosignatures that might be visible to us. We don't have the technology to see it yet, really. Yeah, like like
dancing
that, exactly.
aliens.
That's right. You can put one up on the screen, I'm sure.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm not that professional.
Here it comes, I guarantee it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's on the screen already for
What are you
everybody.
talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, watch the screen. We're going to see a dancing creature on the screen.
No.
Oh, that was so insincere. Come on.
Nope. Don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I don't have anything like that.
Okay. So something will be dancing.
Oh, okay.
But the bottom line is that obviously the technosignatures will be those things that are signatures of a different type of technology in play. And whereas we don't know what to look for yet, we don't know what it is. We thought way in the beginning that pulsars. There it is. There he is. That's what I thought was coming.
Yeah, you keep on lagging behind a little bit. I'm trying to go back in the. Okay, here we go. 11:26:15.
And we're at
2 and 5.
54.
Fish of black. 11:26:15. Okay, let me go back to 11:26:15. I'll check that out while Mark talks. 11:26:15.
All right. Well, I was just saying, and that technosignatures are something we'll be looking for. And they're not going to be easy to find.
Right.
You know, they're going to be something that we may or may not find. Actually, I don't know. But if an alien species uses the same technology that we use, they're going to have a nuclear era of their own. They're also going to be doing, they're flirting with, disasters of their own. They may or may not have tectonic plate activity on their planet. They may or may not have earthquakes or tornadoes or hurricanes. They may or may not have that kind of weather. They also, most importantly, may or may not have the same type of evolution that we have here. Evolution is mutation followed by adaptation. And on a planet that doesn't have a whole lot of activity in their star like we do here, our sun is actually not the best star for our planet. Yeah, we have a lot of ultraviolet energy from the sun that strikes us. You got to go to dermatology folks and get screened for skin cancer and stuff. And what it does is it changes us. And these mutations caused by stellar radiation and other factors here on the planet are what drive evolution. And those mutations, if what's mutated into is something that's actually beneficial for the organism to survive, it will continue. And the other ones will not. So that said, that's what may drive evolution here. But what if there's a star that has lots and lots and lots of ultraviolet radiation? Something that we would not survive. Well, maybe something else could. And their evolutionary track might look much more complicated than ours.
Oh, my computer's so slow. I'm trying to mute it. There we go. Okay. 11:26:15. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's probably birds, but it's still cool to look at. Because they are flying in a V formation. So 11:26:15.
Well, it is time for geese to migrate right now, so.
Yeah. So I'm just
you see migrating geese now.
I'm just going to add that to the timestamps real quick.
What's the time you have on the screen right now? We're at 11:40, 18, 19, 20.
Hold on. 11:26.
No, that's
15. Okay, I have that marked down for myself. Okay. The time we have right now that I have is 11:41:17, and on YouTube it's 11:41:16. So they're about 4 seconds apart right now.
We're 11:40, 45, 46, so we're at 11:40.
Yeah, you're just having problems. For some reason, your signal or something's having problems out there keeping it live. Because I bet you your little red light isn't lit either.
Well, you got a big TV set up in a dirt field by a cactus. The
Nice.
TV's leaning against a cactus, but it's working.
Hey.
I want to thank Randy and Diane for the use of their cactus.
There you go. Diane!
Or Ron and Daphne.
All right. I'll tell you what I'll do. Mark, I'm going to let you go just so you can enjoy the night with your friends then again. I'm Marianne. Once again, thank you very much. And Randy and Diane, was it?
Yes.
Okay, I finally got it right.
You bet.
Thank you once again. I'll let you go hang out with them. We're probably going to end it here soon since we're on the wide field. So, yeah. So, have a great night. Thanks for coming on. And
Good night, everybody. Good night,
Yep.
PG.
Good
Thank
night,
you for
everyone.
hanging out, PG. Good to talk to you on the phone earlier. All right.
there you go. Have a
Very
good
cool,
night.
Pete.
Yes, have a good
All
night,
right.
my friend.
Talk to you again.
Yes, everybody be safe out there, okay?
Wait, safe? Okay.
Everybody except Mark, be safe out there, okay?
Good night.
Okay, Randy Marsh.
All right, guys, have a wonderful night.
All right, see you later.
Yep, have a good one.
Bye.
Now, once again, that was Mark D'Antonio. Wonderful guy. You can see we mess around a lot because we like to have fun when he comes on here. So he doesn't have to be in professor mode like he usually is on his channel. Because you will learn something if you go on to Sky Tour live stream. You can't help but, to learn something. Always great having him on. Sometimes I go over there and hang out. It's a little more professional over there. Over here, we're just kind of like kick back, chilling. We do what we do. But once again, everybody in the chat, hope you're having a great night. We'll probably end up wrapping soon. I'm just waiting for Paul to tell me a time. So, Paul, I know you're listening. I know you're listening, Paul. Tell me a time you want to wrap. It's probably going to be midnight. It's because we like to do round numbers. So, what I'll do is I'll take a little break here. We'll crank the totally awesome tunes. Yikes. And, yeah, we'll just keep on watching because these are the times right now, the end of the stream where we have this wide field view. These are the times we catch stuff, and sometimes the stuff we cannot explain. So keep your eyes peeled. We already have one timestamp, so yeah. So keep your eyes peeled for now, and I'll be back to say goodnight in a little bit when we decide to wrap up. So get it done, people.